Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Lighty, and today we're talking about some of the new currencies that are going to be added in the Harbinger League when it comes to 4.0, and basically their implication for crafting and whatever that limited scope may be. So first things first, let's talk about what the currencies are. So this is the list we've seen from like the data mining, and there's a lot of new shards, which shards just operate in the same way that shards do now. They go to a stack of 20. When they become 20, they just become the orb. So 20 alteration shards equals one alteration. It's kind of like in a way, it's kind of like divination cards or like payment plans, right? So if I don't have a Voltactic Rift, I can buy 1/13 of one using Anarchy's price, etc. And this doesn't matter on small scale items, but when you have shards for things like Exalted, if the price of Exalted is less than 20 Chaos to 1 Exalted, you can maybe buy a shard for a Chaos and maybe get some value out of that, like minor flipping, in a way. There's also one for mirrors, which is kind of crazy. These are, you get these from Harbingers in the Harbinger League. The mechanic is really irrelevant for what we're talking about, but basically they're just shards like always. But the main thing is these orbs are added here. They have Ancient Orb, reforged unique item as another item of the same item class. So this doesn't mean I can make one unique leather belt, another leather belt. Base type is the belt, class is just it being unique. So it makes a unique into another unique. I don't know the restrictions of that. Like if I use it, can it become at Zeri's favor? Probably not if they're boss gated. Next one is Engineer's Orb. This improves the quality of Strongbox. Never have Strongbox quality been that big of a deal, so it seems like kind of a shit orb in general, but yeah, it is what it is. And then maps, you can do another one the same tier. This one's pretty nice, especially for Atlas progression. The more Atlas progression goes on, this might be a pretty cool thing. I guess this could also reforge Guardians into other Guardian maps. There's never been a big discrepancy between map values, like one Guardian's not worth a ton more than the other, but for solo self-fun, this is pretty cool also. Next is Orb of Binding. Upgrade the normal item to a rare item with up to 4 linked sockets. This is just a great thing to use, early on if you want to throw it on some boots, gloves, helm, quick 4-link, maybe some good rolls, some good res, life, movement speed, that type of shit. But mostly, the thing I want to discuss is the Orb of Annulment. It says removes a random property from an item, but this is essentially a reverse Exalted Orb, So an Exalted adds a mod to a rare, and this does the opposite. But this can actually work as an Eternal Orb in some scenarios, and what I mean by that is I'm almost positive it'll operate under the same functionality that everything else does in this game when it comes to Masters. So my example of how this can be used in a pretty, serious manner is, say I have an item like this, alright? So I have the 45 res across the board pretty much. I have T2 res, T2 res, T2 res. And then for prefixes, I have the T1 move speed, which is boom what I want. But then I exalted into life, and it was the worst possible roll pretty much. 13 life. I want that to be 90 life. I want it to be like, T1 life, alright? So where does this come into handy is this orb can effectively work as an Eternal, right? Or a 50% chance an Eternal at least. If you can put on the Torah mod, suffixes can't be changed. So if I apply this, which takes up a prefix, suffixes can't be changed. That means the only things that the Orb of Annulment can hit should be the prefixes. So there's a 50-50 chance I can save my move speed roll and exalt again. So I don't know the estimated price of these things, and I don't really know the application outside of the scope, but yeah, it works pretty nice for this type of thing, I would imagine. Past that, I guess there's scenarios where you could have it be similar things. Maybe if it's, again, it has to be a 4T1 item for it to be really worth it, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting mechanic to see how it really plays out. A lot of these things are kind of meh, but man, yeah, this one can be really cool. It really can work like an Eternal Orb if you do it right. Or you can have people scouring the market for items that are 4T1, 3T1s with a shit roll, or 4T1s with a shit roll, 5T1s with a shit roll, just gambling at the chance that if they hit the right roll, they could then sell the base for what would be close to mirror tier when people, want to complete the actual item. Also, they said they're making updates to the currency tab, but this is what we've seen. It's kind of derpy because we're adding 12 new currencies, and they're only giving us, what is this, 9 more slots, and they're all generic crafting slots. Like, I assume it's for stuff like that. But then they have the Pranish coin thing there, but that only still stacks to 5,000. Oh, it doesn't even exist anymore. I wonder what that's going to go to. I better go to like 100,000, because, yeah, it's Pranish coins. They don't actually have any new additions to the new currencies, which makes you think like they're not going to be added to the core of the game, I guess. But if that was the case, why even make, you know, shards for things like chaos or regals? Such no way chump change. I don't know. I'm really just excited to see what happens with the Orb of Annulment. It's an idea that I've pretty much thought would come into existence sometime in the past 2 years. I've been mentioning it, so I'm looking forward to seeing what that's like. And then I have some items that will, you know, fit the bill, candidates for this new orb perfectly. So let me know what you guys think about the new orbs and new currencies in general. Harbinger League comes out August 4th, the same time that 3.0 launches. So yeah, hit me up. I'm Lighty. I'll see you guys later. Bye.